Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's having a great week, month. It's almost over. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm Rocksteady Letty, and today we are going to talk about how your spirituality does not mean shit if you can't hold space for another human being. When most of us begin a spiritual path, along the way we attain certain habits and forms that make us feel more closer, connect to spirit, God, whatever it is that you choose to believe in. Some of us might meditate for hours or pray, say mantras or mudras, hoard a bunch of crystals or spiritual trinkets. We can do elaborate daily rituals, even eat non-cruelty, GMO-free vegan food, burn incense, smile all day, burn sage, say positive affirmations like love and light, namaste. Some of us call ourselves spiritual seekers, fucking yogis, empaths, light workers, healers, so on and so forth. You get my gist. It is in my most humbled opinion that all of the spiritual work that you do, it doesn't mean shit if you can't show compassion and actually be there for others. I want to first and foremost also say with that I am not innocent of any of this. I am human. And I just recently, I've been a year into my own spiritual journey. I have judged others based on little or no information. I have, wished somebody to shit twice and die. I have turned a blind eye. I have, just been a shitty person. I think we all can relate to that. So if we can all admit that, yeah, we've done that before, we're human. We haven't always been spiritually fit, and even in our spirituality, we're living a human life. We learn through our mistakes, but I think that that's why it's so important for us to address this, because the tendency is so latent in the spiritual community. We need to address it and work towards awareness. But then there is those things in life that just trigger and exacerbate the hypocrisy in spirituality. Is those who are highly, overly, sickly sweets, highly emphasize high vibrations only and love and light, excluding themselves from the depth of real life, excluding themselves from the rawness of life. Because in my experience, and many of those that I know, spirituality was not love and light. I was in a pretty bad state when I started this journey. It's because of that I'm here now. This saccharine spirituality is all about feeling empowered and self-love and, the trendy forms of spirituality that look good on the surface, especially social media. But it never shines lights on anything that is too real, too emotionally challenging, too blood and dirt, too unawakened and low vibe. I've witnessed firsthand these, spiritual fit people that are like, they're just too negative, man. I can't be around them. Why the fuck are we going through all of this then? We're going through what we're going through so we can help, not segregate. We're just creating other exclusive groups that are completely shunning away from people that need help. And sometimes that help just means shutting the fuck up and listening to what someone's going through. You can be a talented healer, psychic, ordained minister of the church. You can know the Bible inside and out, go to church every Sunday. You can be a self-identified empath, spiritual seeker with mystical powers and intuitive prowess. None of it means shit if you cannot hold space for another human being. How many of us have not had friends that we consider, friends to the highest, that we've respected. And some of them have been through pretty tough times in their life that, to the extent that you think, okay, this person will resonate or at least be more empathetic towards my pain. And as soon as, you're not the one on the receiving end, but you're actually needing a friend. See you later, bye. You no longer used to me. You no longer serve me. What's the point of all the pain that you've been through if you're not able to use that as a way to be empathetic towards someone else when they're going through pain? This type of abandonment and hypocrisy in the spiritual realm has to stop. The lack of empathy and the self-entitled judgment towards others, the ostracizing and the harshness towards people who dare think critically, the quick diagnosis and predictions on someone's suffering when all they want to do is just be heard, has to stop. What is the point of being spiritual if you turn your back on someone who is clearly needing your help? You see what I mean? Just because they don't wear yoga pants doesn't mean that they wouldn't like yoga, It's a weird example, but you know what? I love yoga pants. So with that said, how I chose to approach this is by really, expressing my shit. People, I think it's a science. I think it's a scientific fact. I'm anointing it a scientific fact that humans bond with each other better through pain. How many of us have not had more conversations and more established friendships because we've met somebody who has gone through the same shit we have? But completely shun away from the people that are like, oh, I'm having a great day. Well, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to someone who's going through my pain. Yeah, it's through pain that we learn. It's through the pain that we can teach. Holding space for someone is actually very simple. It's the act of being completely present with another human being. Holding space means giving someone the opportunity to be completely seen, heard, and understood. It's not about fixing or giving advice, or it's not about, you don't have to pathologize someone. It's just being accountable for someone and being completely receptive to what they have to share. If you think about it, it's actually pretty rare that happens. So this is how you can hold space for someone. First of all, you have to be completely present and open-hearted. There has to be no agenda for change, no judgment, withhold any criticism, and this will actually allow the person to express what's really there. As we maintain our stillness and just listen, we're actually helping create a supportive space for all these emotions and thoughts to rise and pass away. One that I've learned to do is listen without having to talk, and only give gentle guidance when asked or needed. And most importantly, your ego is in no way, shape, or form present when you're holding space for someone else. In a world that is so full of stress and chaos, commotion, suppression, emotional isolation, self-absorption, self-deprivation, holding space for another human being is actually the most precious gift that you can give to another person. And it's so scarcely practiced that no wonder we're so emotionally starved and desperate to be seen. And if you think about it, if we all did the act of holding space for another human being, we would all be healing each other. It sounds pretty cool. And just like that, you have successfully held space for someone else. You have made yourself accountable for someone else, and the world can be well again. There's a quote by this man named Jeff Foster that I really like that kind of sums up what holding space for someone means. It goes, your pain, your sorrow, your doubts, your longing, your fearful thoughts, They are not mistakes. They are not asking to be healed. They are asking to be held. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wish you well, and I'll talk to you later.